I find interesting, if you are into the world of politics, like I am, usually people on the right, they care about who you sleep with, but they don't care about who you do business with. So as long as you live a virtuous life and you keep your pee away from the people that right wingers don't like, then that's fine. Okay, the left is the opposite. The left doesn't really care who you sleep with. They do care about who you do business with. But the American woke have created a completely new ideology, which at this point is neither left nor right wing. Like they claim that they're left wing, and they claim that they like to champion the little guy and the minorities and whatnot. But through their actions, they always side with the corporations. They always side with the multi-billion, sometimes multi-billion dollar multinational corporation on almost every argument, like fucking clockwork. Okay? Like you have the coffin of Andy and Lele. And the thing with that game, made by one woman, right? Like independent game, she makes $1 million. All of the people with the hammer and sickle and various flags and communist paraphernalia in their bio attack this lady, harass her off the internet, right? Even though you have like mainstream titles like Game of Thrones that also have incest in it, that also have sexual, that's fine, okay? But the coffin of Andy and Lele was too much. So that's what they sided with. Now you have this game, Palworld. It manages to sell $4 million. 4 million copies. So it makes a lot of money. But on top of that, it's an independent game, right? So it's not a multi-billion dollar corporation. It's not something huge. It's not a AAA company. And yet again, all of the people with communist flags in their bio and various paraphernalia, they are attacking the developer. And they're not attacking the developer with like anything concrete. Like they have to make something up. They have to pull something out of their ass in order to complain. And the complaints are twofold. Number one is that allegedly this game uses AI, which if it's true, it would probably get it banned from Steam. Although due to the size of it, due to how popular it is, I think that Steam would probably work with the developers rather than try to outright ban the game. And the other complaint is copyright issues. So we're going to address both of these criticisms. First of all, if you do not know what the game is about, apparently you capture these critters that are called pals and you make them work in various factories and you build bases. And the video game is so popular that it got 4 million copies sold in 3 days, right? So apparently the developer knew what the market wants. He's going to be a multi-millionaire now. And, no social justice, no woke ideology, no bullshit. It's just like it's a game that's to have fun. Now, the reason that they are saying that there are copyright violations is that indeed this game does seem to be inspired from Pokemon. And as you can see here, some of the critters do look quite similar to Pokemon's. But I think that this doesn't violate any copyright laws. If it does, it should be the company that owns Pokemon to sue. And secondly, clone games do exist. For instance, Digimon, right? You can say, oh, Digimon is a ripoff of Pokemon because the Digimons look... No, right? XCOM and Xenonauts, like these are two similar games. But they're different enough in order to not trigger any copyright grounds. So just by having like these fictional critters that you can collect them and you can use them to build bases, I do think that, yeah, sure, it is inspired by Pokemon. There's no doubt about that. But there's nothing wrong with it. Like there was nothing stopping the company that does own the rights to Pokemon from creating a similar game, right? Like rather than pushing their AAA bullshit, rather than pushing all of the problems that they have pushed in the past, they could have made this game and they could have made the money, but it is what it is. This is apparently how culture is supposed to evolve, because now I'm willing to bet that this game is going to create many other video games that are within the same genre, and they will probably have like similar mechanics where you collect various creatures and you build bases and stuff. Kind of like how Minecraft created, their own genres with Rust and all of the other games that were similar. But the other accusation, and this is the one that seems to piss off the left the most, is the fact that the developer uses AI in the creation of its game. So they're basically saying that he took like Pokemons and he got it through an AI program which got the Pokemon to look different enough so that it doesn't violate copyright art. The thing is, like, they have absolutely no argument for this. I'm not going to say, oh my god, it's a conspiracy theory or anything like that. But there is like no. I'm not even saying there's no evidence. It's like there's no basis to believe this. Like there is absolutely no smoke. If you get my drift, right? Like I'm not saying where's the fire. I'm asking like where's the smoke. The only thing that they can point to is the fact that the developer of Palworld seems to like AI. So the developer of Palworld had several posts praising AI and saying, oh wow, look, these images, you know, that the AI is generating, it looks like real Pokemons. Like the AI has gotten to a point where it can create Pokemons and shit. But that's it, right? Like at no point did he say that he's using AI in his game. At no point does he say that the AI can be even useful for making video games. It's just that he seems to be a person that likes to tinker and play with the AI. But to make the claim that AI is in his game now, that is unfounded, right? And especially when that claim can ruin his business because, as I mentioned before, Steam, at this moment, unless they change their policy by the time you're watching the video, does not allow for AI generative content in the video games. And you know, I get to understand how the developer is feeling, because I too am fascinated by AI, but I do not use it in my game in any capacity. To be honest, I do empathize because it's similar to my story. Like when I started making my video game, I actually had people attacking me for not using AI in it. And they were like, oh, you're such a stupid moron because if you use AI, it's free. Why are you paying artists $300 to draw you something? And I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want any type of AI in my game. And after I made the decision, Steam comes up and they start banning games that use AI. And I was like, oh, wow. I really dodged the bullet there, didn't I? But like, I too like AI, right? Like, I too like the concept and the novelty of it, but I keep it separate from my work, right? So this is why I understand what this developer is saying. It's when he comes up and says, well, I do like the thing, but I do not want it in my work. And I am more than willing to reassess my statement the moment I see any evidence of the contrary, and not necessarily like evidence of AI use, but at least like reasonable grounds of suspicion, because they don't even have that. It's just like, oh, well, this guy on social media, he posted he likes AI. I see. Naruhodo. So, yeah, all in all, this is very impressive. I am really glad that an independent developer managed to create something so successful. It's got more people playing it than Cyberpunk, Elden Ring, or Baldur's Gate. And I think we need more like him rather than less. I am sick and tired of all of these communists, and I'm not using it as an insult, but because they actually do have communist paraphernalia in their fucking bio, constantly shilling for multi-million-dollar corporations. And whenever the little guy manages to break big, they attack the little guy. It is a trend. I want you guys to pay attention to it, because it's going to happen again. I predict this. The more AAA game companies are failing to produce a good product, the more indie people are going to be successful. And every single time an indie person is successful, they're going to get attacked. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.